Welcome to Weeping Willow Homestead and another What We Eat for Dinner in a Week. In these videos, I show you how I combine inexpensive Aldi groceries with food that we are blessed with from the food pantry to make hopefully well-balanced, well-rounded meals. As a family, we generally eat low carb because my husband and I do for health reasons, and as the sole cook in the house, it is easier for me to just make one meal than to try to short order cook it. But you'll see variations to that, and I will explain as we go. It is actually Tuesday, not Monday. Yesterday was Labor Day, and we all just were kind of feeling meh. We still are fighting colds off and tummy issues and whatnot. And I am in a nice little bout of insomnia. Yay! So yesterday, my husband grilled out some brats from Aldi, a steak from the food pantry, and then we grilled some of our mini peppers from the garden, did some cucumber tomato salad from the garden, and a box of mac and cheese, and called it good. So I didn't film that just because I wasn't feeling great, and nobody else was either, so yeah. So now it is Tuesday, and for the first time in quite a long time, we are going to do a Taco Tuesday. It has been probably 2 months since we've done Taco Tuesday. Just haven't felt like doing it. For whatever reason. And even today when I said we were doing tacos, a couple of the kids were like, I don't want tacos, so we'll see. So we have flour tortillas, just these little mini ones from Aldi. I also have, I will do mine on egg wraps, like the Egg Life brand egg wraps. We have some ground beef with taco seasoning in it, salsa con queso, sour cream, some lettuce, and then I'm also going to dice up a tomato from the garden. So really quick and simple meal. I did not do anything fancy. I didn't even put black beans in it this time because, yeah, I'm tired. So that is Tuesday night. We'll see you tomorrow. It is Wednesday night, and please excuse the sound of the dehydrator in the background. I have been running apples from our trees through like mad. It's one of those where our apples are not very good apples by way of they are very tart, and so they don't make good applesauce, but I figured out that my kids like them as apple slices, like dried apple slices, so I have been doing large quantities of them. Like, I probably have 4 ice cream buckets full or so already, and I'm just going to keep going until the apples give out. All of the bad ones go to the chickens, and the rest, as long as they're good enough, they go in the dehydrator. So it has been trucking along. So tonight, Wednesday night, we are doing broccoli chicken Alfredo. It's been a while since we've done this. Just haven't been in the mood for it for whatever reason. And then there for a while, we were kind of avoiding dairy, or at least large quantities of dairy. But everybody's tummies seem to be on the mend. I'm still a little off. But we're done with the parasite cleanse, so there's probably going to be a period of time. We just finished it like a few days ago. So there's probably going to be a adjustment period on my stomach on that, so we're giving it time. Plus, I have insomnia right now, so that always makes me nauseous and not feel good either. Yay! My health, I'm telling y'all, I have abused my body. I'm not even going to lie. I have never done drugs, or I've never even been drunk, never smoked a day in my life, nothing like that. But I had 5 kids in 10 years. I have worked some very physically stressful jobs, some very emotionally, mentally stressful jobs. And I am just one of those people that will run myself into the ground in order to people please and to do all the things, and I am paying for it now. Your body's not supposed to still fall apart until you're in your 40s and 50s, but woo, I did it before then. Sometimes you just got to joke your way through life. So yeah, I'm gonna turn that timer off right quick. So tonight, broccoli chicken Alfredo. We have pasta from the food pantry, some rigatoni, I think is what it was. I don't remember. And that's just finishing up boiling. With that, we have 2 decent-sized crowns of broccoli that I steamed, and then a jar of Alfredo sauce with chunked up chicken, and that is, I went ahead and baked an entire package of chicken thighs because I will put the rest, I'll either dice the rest up and throw it in the freezer, or I'll eat that for lunches over the next few days, or I'll use it in another recipe, something, it'll get used. So I just figured I would do that. The easiest way is just to bake the whole thing, make having the oven on worthwhile. So, all right, that is, sorry, a long-winded Wednesday night. We will see you tomorrow. It is Thursday night, and we are doing a comfort food night tonight. All the carbs. So we have beef and noodles. This is a package of like Amish style egg noodles from the food pantry a while back. And then, let me dig it out of the trash, sorry. Beef chunks. That's literally all it is it's beef, salt, and pepper. I know a lot of people see these and they're like, ew. But really and truly, it's like clean ingredients, nothing wrong with it. Beef and noodles. See right there, we're doing that. So I just drained the juice out into the pan, added water, boiled that until the noodles were about done, then added the meat. And then I drained the liquid off from that. I left some in there because it'll kind of it'll mix with the starches in the noodles and kind of makes it creamier, I guess, is the word I'm looking for. Slippery, that does not sound appetizing. And then some of the juice I did, some of the water and meat juices I added as the water portion to some instant mashed potatoes, excuse me, with the milk and the butter that go in those normally. So I will put some mashed potatoes in the bowl with that. Goodness gracious, why did I all of a sudden get the hiccups? With that on top of it. And that's it. I could do the mature thing and make some green beans or some salad or some other vegetable, but I'm not going to. Let's call it lazy. And then for me, I'm not sure. There's some leftover chicken from last night, some leftover broccoli. There's still some of the taco meat and some of the plain ground beef. I might do something with one of those. I don't know. I'll figure it out. So that is Thursday night, right? Yeah, Thursday. We'll see you tomorrow. It is Friday night, and Friday night at our house means pizza night. Sometimes that's homemade. Sometimes that's store-bought. It is pretty much never takeout because we live too far out to be delivered to. Yeah, out in the country. And it is way cheaper for me to just make pizza or even just frozen pizzas, so we just don't do it. Tonight, we did frozen pizzas. I pulled the Mom's Tired card. So these are just a couple of frozen pizzas from the dollar store. And the kids are going to have watermelon with this. Tonight is also the one night a week that we do dessert for sure. So usually what I do is I just pull out dessert things, whatever we have on hand, and let the kids pick and choose whatever they want. So that is, for me, sorry. For me, I'm going to eat leftovers again, which is totally fine. So yeah, that's Friday night. We'll see you tomorrow. It is Saturday night, and Saturday night I usually make a big meal, but this week, I will be honest, it just kind of got away from me, and I did not get a large piece of meat out to cook. So usually I will do something like a pork loin or meatloaf or a whole roasted chicken, something like that, where then we have lots of leftovers. And it didn't happen. And then today we had a small town community event, and so we had kind of a late junk food lunch of the kids had hot dogs. I had some pulled pork. And the kids ate a whole lot of candy and went crazy and whatnot. So we got home right at about snack time, and so everybody kind of had a snack, and a lot of them chose the larger snack. So all of that is why we're not having a big meal tonight. So for tonight, we're having Americanized Chinese food. I have made this before, and it is a family favorite. Everybody loves this. So to start out with, I had bought this pack of honey battered breast tenders from Aldi as a quick and easy lunch option. I figured it would probably last about 2 meals, and that's what we're going to get out of it. But I fixed it the first time, and the kids were meh on them. They just said the flavor wasn't super great, and the texture of the chicken was weird. kind of like really cheap chicken nuggets texture. So they were all kind of hit and miss on it. But one of them said something about them tasting and feeling kind of like the batter on them, reminding them of sweet and sour chicken from Chinese restaurant. So, which we have not been to a Chinese restaurant, I think, since before the pandemic hit. It's probably been that long. So, and my kids love Chinese food. So, yeah, for him to say that, it was like, oh, so I thought, well, if I cook those in the air fryer so they get crispy, and then I just chunked each one of them up into 4 pieces and then tossed them in Aldi's sweet and sour sauce. And look, that's even what's on the bottle. So they're going to do that. We have 2 packages of ramen noodles and then steamed broccoli and carrots. So we'll do the noodles with the broccoli and carrots on top, the chicken on top, and then more sweet and sour sauce. For me, I will just skip the noodles, do the vegetables. I have one more of those chicken thighs from earlier this week that I cooked. I'm just going to warm that up and use that as mine. And then we have this one, and then we also have a bang bang. I'm going to skip on the bang bang. It is very spicy. You really don't need much, and it's quite spicy. And I just don't know how well my stomach would handle that. I am doing a lot better. I'm going to hopefully, I'm headed in the right direction. I really do feel like I'm headed in the right direction. I'm having way less stomach issues since we got done with the parasite cleanse. So fingers crossed, prayers said, all of that maybe we've reached the hump on that one. Anyway, we're at least on the healing end of it. This is not horrible carb-wise. 1 tablespoon is 6 carbs. So it's not great. If you're doing keto, not going to work. If you're doing low carb, you can fit it in. So I may end up doing some of that. If not, I've got some coconut aminos, which is like soy sauce, that I can throw on mine, and that's totally fine. Or I don't know, maybe I'll just go completely off the Chinese thing and do some other kind of sauce. I'll figure it out. I am not a picky eater by any stretch of the imagination. And yeah, I'll figure it out. So that is Saturday night's dinner. If you are new here, this is the end of my week of meals. On Sunday, when we get home from church, I will pull out whatever leftovers that we have. And then the kids get to pick and choose whatever they want. So if all they want is meat, if all they want is vegetables, all they want is carbs, if they have some weird combination of like a hot dog and a waffle and some noodles, fine. It is all about getting the leftovers used up so that there is no food waste. And we just heat up plates in the microwave and everybody eats and it's all good. Then that gets those leftovers used. Then on Sunday night, I pull out charcuterie board things. So crackers, cheese, nuts, dried fruits, cured meats, fruit, goat cheese. What else do I pull out? Pickles, anything that you would think of for a charcuterie board, I pull all that out, and we usually end up getting some chocolate or candy. So we got a bunch of candy from a parade today. So we'll pull that out. So that's what they get. And on that night, I bust out paper plates. And once again, they get to pick whatever they want. And I usually end up leaving it out. We'll eat a late dinner because we usually don't get home from church until like 1:30. So we'll eat lunch late and then we'll eat dinner at like 7. And then I have kiddos that go to youth group and are gone. They usually get home at about 8. So we just leave everything out. The kids come back and get more. And then when the youth group kids come home, they fill their plates and then I put it away. So it's not sitting out for longer than an hour or 2, which I know is like food service safety standards. So that is the end of my week. That gives me Sunday off, which is important to me. 1, for just my health, my mental health. 2, gets those leftovers used up. And 3, we try to honor the Sabbath and rest on the day. We don't do dishes or laundry or cook or clean or anything like that. So wrangling 5 kids to church by myself every Sunday is work enough. All right. So that is it. I will try to post any relevant recipes in the show notes. If you have any questions, let me know. I am happy to work through any, recipes or anything like that, because I generally don't go by recipes. I just wing it. That's how I learned how to cook. So yeah. So I'm going to show you something right quick before I leave. I got one of these. They were throwing these out at the parade today. And this one says, rejoice in hope, be patient in tribulation, be constant in prayer. Romans 12:12. And that, I needed that. I needed to hear that. I needed that through this tribulation, I need to be patient. I need to continue to have hope, and I need to just continue to pray. And so I wanted to share that in case anyone else out there needed to hear that. Even if you're not a person of faith, mark that last one off. Rejoice in hope. Be patient in tribulation, because it's all going to come out in the end. It's all going to be okay. And so I'm going to wear that for a while as we continue to get better, and as I hope that this is the last of this tummy issue, that we can kick it to the curb and not have any more issues. Lord forbid we get another stomach bug. I might lose it. So, thank you so much for watching this. I hope you have a great day. Goodbye and God bless.